seemed clear that the Western diet is making lots of people sick. So I started looking at the kind of diet that we evolved to eat. Food that comes not from factories, but from nature. My search took me back to the beginning of life.
It turns out that one thing did literally evolve to nourish healthy individuals: lactation and milk. Everything that the infant requires has to be in milk. So milk is literally a comprehensive diet in one product. All the essential nutrients, every vitamin, every mineral, every amino acid, every fatty acid that the infant needs has to be in milk.
At the University of California at Davis, Bruce German and his colleague Daniela Barilla are trying to understand how mother's milk keeps babies healthy and what the rest of us can learn from that.
Milk is really the perfect food because it's always changing. If you have milk from day 1 and milk from day 10, the vitamin content, the lipid content, the protein, the carbohydrate is evolving to match the needs of the baby.
But not all mothers can breastfeed.
If there's any kind of challenge that you'd like to share with us, that gives us an opportunity to discuss it mother to mother.
I've had struggles with breastfeeding from the very beginning. I had low supply, so I've been supplementing with formula.
Mothers have been unable to feed their babies throughout history. If you couldn't breastfeed a baby, that baby was really in trouble.
In the 19th century, infant mortality rates were extremely high. People were very fearful for the lives of their children, particularly infants.
Then, in the 1860s, parents were offered a potentially life-saving alternative when a German scientist named Justus von Liebig introduced the first commercial baby formula. He believed his product contained all the essential nutrients in breast milk.
Liebig's food opened up an entire market. It quickly was followed by many copiers.
But our attempts to make a substitute for breast milk have taught us just how hard it is for science to mimic nature. Those early formulas were missing valuable nutrients. Vitamins hadn't been discovered yet. And the importance of omega-3s wasn't understood until the 1970s. We learned that as close as we get, the ultimate goal is constantly retreating, because mother's milk is a very complex food. In 2006, Bruce German and his colleagues discovered one of its secrets when they solved a long-standing mystery.
One of the things that was absolutely astonishing is that human milk contains undigestible material. The babies literally can't digest it. It goes right through them. When we looked at how much there was, it was staggering. It was the third most abundant component in milk.
It was a kind of complex sugar called an oligosaccharide.
Mothers literally are feeding undigestible matter to the baby. Why?
German had a hunch.
The first thought was, well, babies can't digest them. Maybe bacteria can. Because we know bacteria inhabit the intestine of all of us, including babies.
Bruce came over to my lab and we tested to see if the oligosaccharides that he found in milk could grow any bacteria that I happen to have in my lab.
He tested them and he came back and he said, no, they don't. And he was looking at bacterium after bacterium after bacterium. Nothing, no growth at all. But then he found one. And at that point, we began to realize the genius of milk.
What Mills found was a little understood bacterium called Bifidobacterium infantis.
And when you look at breastfed babies, their lower intestine is full of just that bacterium. The great question is, why would this bacteria be valuable? What could the bacteria do for the baby? It occupies all of the surfaces of the baby's large intestine and prevents germs that could cause disease from attacking the baby. So it starts to grow and multiply and grows and multiplies until the baby is literally full of just this one group of bacteria. And no other bacteria can compete. That's an ingenious process.
The story of mother's milk shows how well nature provides for us.